Oh, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We've got a big game tomorrow. We've got an even bigger game at the weekend. And our manager may or may not be leaving. We've got loads to talk about. We're going to dive into that in a second. But big up to everybody locked in. Get the like button smashed. We're on 96 at the minute. 350 inside already. And Jez, how's your Monday, mate?
Oh, good. Good, man. All good. Yeah. Looking forward to the game tomorrow night with a little bit of trepidation, I won't lie. And I'm gutted, mate. You know, I nearly fell for the PR last night, the bullshit. I nearly fell for it. You know, I was going to go and get a bottle of champagne today and everything, but well, yeah, I mean, does anybody really think do they think we were going to fall for that? Really? Come on. It's just madness, man. It's madness. But we'll talk about it.
We will, certainly will. JEZ'S link is in the description, guys, so make sure you follow JEZ. Same with Kenny. How are you, mate?
I'm okay. I'm like Cheers. I'm looking forward to the two games. These two games are going to define our season 100%. You know, talking about the fake news, probably we're going to go through it, you know, like page by page. But what it was is that, you know, the Arteta fans are desperate for us to act like pork chops on this account. But I would say one thing to some person, that if we do win the league, I will celebrate it as much as I like. And if you've got a problem with that, as usual, you can always come and have a little chat at the town hall steps, because I'll be allowed to be there and I'll be allowed in the ground. That's what I'm going to do. You've got I've got just as much right to be part of this as you have. Just like, as I said before, it's not your football club, you know. Remember, you whoever you are, you've been around for a long time. So have I. And I don't have to support the club the way you have to.
Absolutely spot on, mate. Matty, your link is in the description as well. How's life in America on a Monday, mate?
Busy, man. Busy. Back to work. But I was able to get off early today. So all is well, man. I saw the news last night. I wasn't getting my hopes up until I got an official announcement. I know how this thing rolls. We'll get into it. The other day, I messaged you and I put in the chat, "Jogue no lixo." That is Portuguese for "get in the bin." The wife hooked me up before she left, man.
All right, that's class. Yeah, we got all the languages going on, man.
Yeah.
We got En la basura, Dute inga noi, and now we've got some Portuguese as well. Come on. I want to read these quotes out before we get going. He was asked about his contract today. Obviously, we see the news last night. And obviously, as predicted, all of the fatherless Twitter users are protecting this guy like he's their dad. Then Sky Sports, one of the most unreliable sources on the planet, then comes out and confirms it's fake news. Okay, this is the same channel that has sat there telling us we're linked to Benzema this January. Yeah. Told us we're linked to 1,000,000,001 players after also telling us we've got no money. Yeah, funny old game, isn't it? But I've always said this: if you deem it to be fake and not true, then you're going to call it out. If you don't, yeah, even if it's the same source, if that particular outlet, I think they were called Sport, who are ironically located in Barcelona, if they had come out and said Mikel Arteta signed a 5-year bumper contract, they'd all believe it. So, you know, it's always made me laugh. Yeah, and some of these people put out compilations of players we're linked to, yeah, or link us to players that we're not linked to, using sources that are even worse than them. So it's all a bit off key. But as predicted, they all had to protect their dad. But he has spoken today in a press conference. He was asked about the contract talks. He said that is something that will naturally happen when it happens. I've got a strong relationship with the board. We're not discussing a new deal now, but it will come in a natural way. We've always done it in that way, and we've done it really well. He was then asked about the reports over in Barca. He said, these fake news stories about me leaving in June make me upset. I'm immersed in this beautiful journey with my players. The staff are beautiful people. There's still a lot. That's a typo from Fabrizio. He's put there's a lot to do at Arsenal. I've always said I'm in the right place. And he also said, It's totally fake news. I don't know where it's coming from. It's totally untrue. I'm upset about it. I could not believe it. No source, no nothing. Jez. In fact, let me give my quick thoughts and then we'll come to you, mate. I could see this happening. Reason being, just because there's a potential new deal on the table doesn't mean he's not going anywhere. Xavi signed a new contract last season and he's quit after saying 2 weeks ago live on TV that he's not going anywhere. So that's one reason I could see it. Second reason, he has been at Barcelona before, and so has his chum at Man City. Yeah, both played there, albeit Mikel never got good enough to get into the first team, but he was there. Also, when he signed his contract in May 2022, 6th of May 2022, in August the 5th, 2023, just over a year later, he sat in a press conference and told everyone that he thought about quitting in the summer. Yeah, which was a year after he'd signed his last contract. So just because he's potentially signing a new contract doesn't mean he ain't going anywhere. Because if we capitulate this season, he might quit. Who knows? He thought about it last season. On the flip side of that, why would he leave? There's no pressure from any of our fans, really. Most of them just let him have a free pass to do whatever he wants. He's nicking 8 million quid a year and he's selling dreams. There's no pressure whatsoever to win anything. If we finished 5th this season, our fans will still make out it's a great season because it's super mig. So if he goes to Barcelona, he knows that he's going to have pressure on him, whereas he hasn't here. Yeah, not only that, I also think as well, again, flipping it back to potentially he could go, in his head, he'll think he's better than Xavi. And Xavi won a league last season against Ancelotti and Simeone. So I'd imagine he'd think in his head, like we'd all think in our head, it's probably easier to win against Simeone and Ancelotti than it is against Pep. So, I don't know. What do you think, Jez?
Well, just go, Arteta. Just go. Leave. And I can guarantee you one thing, right? If he does go to Barcelona, the first signing will be a dog. Because that's like, it's all happy families, mate. This clown of a manager would never, ever achieve at Barcelona because he'd be called out within 6 months, probably 3 months by the fan base. Would the fan base want Arteta? I'm not sure. I don't. Yeah, he's not exactly. He was never a legend at Barcelona. I mean, he was never a legend at Arsenal. He was never a legend at Rangers. And probably maybe Everton. But, I do hope he goes. I've had enough of him. I'm fed up with him. When I first saw that last night, I thought, nah, that ain't true. But if, as you say, this could be something behind the doors, behind the scene rather, then good. And I think if he does fail to win Premier League, the Champions League, or one of those two, that's the only two we're in now, right? I think he may well think, I've done all I can do. But, and it's a massive but in capital letters. You're right. There's no pressure on him because he will go along with the get along friends. It's all a family. We're all happy at the Arsenal, because I don't believe he'll get any pressure from the Cronkies, right? I don't think the board really has a lot of say nowadays. Vinay's going to go. Good. What do you actually do as a job? No idea. Edu's is obviously his friend. So they're just sitting there protecting their own identities. No, it's not good enough at the Arsenal Football Club. We are a big, big club and we need to achieve big things. And we've got to move forward because at the end of the day, this is his last chance. Surely, right? We get binned out of our domestic cups every year. Don't take it seriously, right? That winds me up. Start straight away. Now, the fact is, we're playing Porto soon, right? If he loses that game away at Porto, which I wouldn't be at all surprised, right? That just shows how crap he is, because at the end of the day, they made the statement, Lee. They made the statement. Getting in the Champions League will attract us world-class players. Where are they? Where are they? Are they hiding somewhere? Because I haven't seen any of them. Right? January window shuts on Wednesday. Yeah. Are we going to get a world-class player in at deadline day? No. Yeah. So, mate, Arteta, please, if you're watching, I know you watch this show, right? Just go. Just be honest with yourself and realise you're not good enough for Arsenal Football Club, and go and try and work it out at Barcelona. I'll be happy for you. Yeah, I'd even drive you to the airport and get you there. Man, get out of the club. I've had enough of you.
I'll pay for his flight. I'll pay for his flight, Jez. You take him and I'll pay for his flight. Big up to Mike. It says, Lee, money talks. It's all lies. Keep up the good work. Thank you, mate, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Get these likes up as well, people. There's 700 in here and there's not even 200 likes yet. Come on. Make sure you follow all the guys as well. The links are in the description, people. Don't you think it's wise to wait for Ancelotti? Bro, Ancelotti ain't coming to Arsenal. I've already made peace with myself about that one, mate. I'm at peace now. I know he ain't ever coming here. We had our opportunities twice, 3 times. Didn't bother even trying. But thank you, mate. And big up to Taylor as well. Become a member. Appreciate it, buddy. Kenny, what do you make of it all, mate?
Well, the thing about it is that, the proof is in the pudding. 3 events happened last week. The first event was the fact that we heard whispers that he'd be offered a new contract anyway. So obviously I could feel the heat of discontent, i.e. something being boiled to, the highest point already within people who don't want him here. So we knew about that. And then we had the situation with Xavi, saying he won't be at Barca at the end of the season. Bloody well, getting pumped by Villarreal. So what's happened is that the speculation that becomes rife. Who's going to be Xavi's successor? So with all of that, the logical step would be probably managers like Mikel Arteta, to just have another chance, because at the end of the day, you only have to have a training session in Barcelona to be called an ex La Messiah, isn't it? That's how it rolls nowadays. You don't have to actually play for them, just be associated with them. But in terms of like the whole situation with within Mikel Arteta, the fact is that he says the word fake news, and the word fake is very important. I label fake to a lot of the so-called true gooners who told everyone who were willing to listen and those who didn't really want to listen that by backing Arsene Wenger, they're true gooners. And then when Unai Emery got the job, because let's not face it, it was between Unai Emery and Mikel Arteta for this job, and the club went for experience, but they really wanted to give it to Mikel Arteta, but they were scared about the backlash, so they gave it to Unai Emery. These guys pretended to be pro-Emery. They had all their memes saying, we're true gooners, we're going to be pro-Emery. But what they really were saying is they hoped he failed because he wasn't Arsene Wenger. What we have now is that we have our Wenger outs and our Wenger ins now getting behind this manager because it's a manager they collectively want, which makes me question what the Wenger outs were all about in the first place. If they're wanting Arsene Wenger out because we're not winning the title, they want to keep this manager when we don't win. We're not even close to challenging. We don't win any trophies. I mean, Scoopy Doo could have been more confused than these guys. But going back to the football, the fact is that we're rewarding a manager for winning nothing, doesn't win any trophies, and we're having to put up with alleged, how to say it, thoughtful gooners or level-headed gooners trying to patronise us with words like context, process, and logic. The fact is, from now to the March the 12th, which is going to be my 52nd birthday, these are critical games for the manager, regardless of whether it's fake news or not, and regardless of whether he's been offered new contracts or not. This is when Arsenal can go from being a team that can challenge for the title to a team who's going to have nothing on the plate except for top 4 qualification. That's how critical it is. We don't beat Liverpool or Nottingham Forest but especially Liverpool, because I like to go one game at a time. But Liverpool game is really a test of our title credentials. And the same with Liverpool. When Liverpool beat Arsenal, then they're like on the way to winning the title, because simple reason is that they got Robertson back, they got Trent Alexander-Arnold back, Salah's now coming back, so they got a stronger team that they had when they beat us in the FA Cup. We lose that game, we can only realistically compete for the top four. So that's another competition. He ain't going to win the league. We lose against Porto, then we're going to have to heavily pray that Spurs don't have momentum, and Aston Villa don't have momentum, because the situation coming up to May now is we go out of the title race and we finish behind Aston Villa and Tottenham. That can't be seen as progress, because there's no excuses. One, the money you spent, and one, we've been told that we're a better team than we were last season because we're controlling games more. So if we're controlling games a lot more, then the reward is a title challenge going into the last day of actually winning the league, because we're a better side, and some sort of silverware, i.e. the Champions League. We don't get that. The only fake news is going to be his credentials and his ability to lead us to where we should be. All it's going to do is prove what we've always thought, that he's just a manager who can work well with young players, a very good coach, but can't see it through. That'd be 3 times unlucky. No top 4 in 22, no league in 2023, and no trophies in 2024. Another fail in Europe. That is going to be his epitaph, not the FA Cup in 2020, lockdown FA Cup, because Arsenal fans call Liverpool's title win a lockdown title. Well, we had a lockdown FA Cup. That's his credentials. And I have no problem saying I will be shouting for any platform to have me, including my own, asking for him to be removed. You won't shut me up. I won't be silenced by anybody. I will call for his removal as our head coach or manager. And that's my right as a fan. I'm not accepting anything other than success this season. So, by all means, sign your contract. But I have no problem trying to get the club to rip it up if you fail me. Simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, spot on. Well said, man. Big up to everyone locked in as well. Big up to Taylor and Danny as well for gifting out 5 memberships to people in the chat. So big up to you guys, man. Make sure you smash these likes up as well. Nearly 900 people in it. So get these likes moving, people. 228 is a disgrace here, guys. Matty, man, what are your thoughts and takes on this? You're on mute, man.
Oh, there we go. If he is prepared to leave, which I doubt he is, but if he is, I'll be more than willing to swim across the Atlantic Ocean to help him get prepared to get a couple of boxes packed up to leave. It is time to go. It is time to go. I knew it wasn't true, but I was praying to the Lord last night. Please let it be true. I am so sick of this manager. I mean, I've been stewing in this all week. I am sick and tired of one Mikel Arteta. You know, you think about, I just look at the situation of where the club is at. We chatted this weekend about Xavi. It's no nonsense over in Barcelona. And then you just look at our fan base. You saw what I sent y'all last night. We got people. Oh, we need to appreciate this manager for bringing us through the darkest of times. You know, he has gotten us so far. Let's all stop and take a minute to appreciate one Mikel Arteta. That's the fan base. That's what we have. Hadn't done anything. Wednesday, it's the end of the transfer window. We know how this is going to play out. They're going to put in a bid at 11:59 p.m. for who, and then they're going to say we made a run at that player. And we know what's happening. Same play. What? Look at the lies. They said a couple weeks ago, Thomas Partey, he's going to be available tomorrow. Yep. What did you see today? What did you see today, Lee? What did you see today in the press conference?
I'm not available.
Not available. We have seen this play out over and over. I wish he would leave. I wish Edu would leave. And if the Cronkies don't put them out, they need to leave too. All of them need to go. It was frustrating this weekend as an Arsenal fan to sit there and have to watch Maidstone. I'm watching Maidstone instead of watching my football club compete for FA Cup this weekend. I literally was trying to find something to watch. I literally was trying to find something to watch because it's just strange not being in anything. It's just, it gets to a point where, you know, you're just sick of it. And at this point, I know realistically, we're not winning the title this year. We're not winning the title this year. We're not winning Champions League this year. The only thing we need to do now is remove this manager. He needs to be removed as quickly as possible because this club is going nowhere fast under this manager. It's the same old lies. I don't know about y'all guys, man, but does it feel like we've been in this season for like 2 seasons in one season?
It does.
Long
It seems
season.
like it's gone on forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's just dragging on. And it's just like, put us out of our misery, please. Get this manager out of here and get somebody remotely concerned about competing and winning. Because all I've seen from the manager is trip to Dubai, the PR. Oh, well, you know, they get in the press conferences. It is the same old run around there. You know, and it's just I'm tired of it. I'm tired. You know, I used to watch Claude back in the day when Claude, you know, when we was on the stretch with Wenger, and I can sympathize. I completely understand where he was coming from now, because when you see where the club is just falling down, and it's just right before your eyes slowly, and it's just not getting any better. Lee. And so if the Barcelona want him, come take him. Come take him. They can have him. They can have him for all I care. And I won't stand in his way. I won't cry one tear, because that'll give us a chance to go out and get someone that can actually do something with this football club. Because right now, all I see is the same problems that we're going to be seeing the next couple of weeks. And Kenny was spot on. These next several games, because tomorrow's not going to be a gimme. A lot of people that tomorrow's not going to be a gimme by a long shot. And then the week after that, especially coming off the back of that announcement on Friday, you know that game's going to be just ramped up times 15 now when we play Liverpool. And then you get ready for Porto. And then it's a matter of hand of starting to get ready for everybody else down the line. We got a long way to go this season. It's going to be painful. It's going to be rough. I'm just letting everybody know it's going to be painful and rough. So you just go ahead and get in your head as long as this manager's here. And it's going to be like this next year too. As long as he's here, we're going to be dealing with this year in and year out.
Yep, it's true, man. It's true. I totally agree. Yeah, I think get rid of him now and we'll give ourselves a better chance of winning something. Yeah, and there are managers out there available, by the way. Yeah, this myth that the manager pool is so scarce of top managers. Well, Hansi Flick's out and doing nothing. Yeah, he won 6 trophies in one season. Yeah, is that a bad manager?
Lee, any manager that's sitting out there right now has more trophies than Mikel Arteta on their CV.
Yeah, Conte, he sat at home. Yeah, Hansi Flick, he sat at home. Zidane, the excuses with these people, though, man. Like, oh, but Zidane won't manage in England. Says who? I've never heard Zidane say that out of his own mouth.
Nope.
So, unless I've missed it, it ain't happening, is it? You can
it has to be a manager they want. There has to be a manager they want. If it's not a manager they want, then the excuse menu will come in.
Yeah, but they don't want any managers, Kenny. They want Mikel. And this is the problem we had with Wenger. As soon as Wenger got sacked, this lot were never going to back that next manager, Emery.
But the problem is,
when this guy goes, they're not backing the next manager.
Yeah, whoever it is.
Their priorities are confused, though. You know, you can't say you want success and you want to be you want success on the par with Man City, and then when we give you names of managers we want, you make excuses about them and say, well, that Simeone hasn't won anything for a few years. That's your excuse for not having him. You can't have Conte because of what happened at Spurs. That's another excuse. And then what you'll do is that in order to sort of further give weight to your argument, you start calling us a small club. But you don't say it in worse to the effect, because we'll get ruined. But you might as well say, oh, yeah, well, we haven't won anything for 20 years, so how are we going to win it now? And how can we compete with City's funds? And how can we compete with City's, players? You're basically calling us a small club that should be just grateful to be in the same pitch as Man City. Yet you look at Tottenham and you look down at them and say Tottenham's a small club. Yet if any club's got small club syndrome, it's Arsenal. By your very comments when we put names before you. And that's the problem we have at our football club, is that people are confused, because the reason why they're confused is because they haven't seen success. They don't know what success. They forgot what success looks like. They forgot what it's like to take it for granted, you know. And that's why when they beat Man City finally, it's an event. It's something that they want to, you know, get the DVD out, you know, in terms of like making it the 100th greatest games of Arsenal, when really it should be any other game. But we're not allowed to say that because we're laughed at when we use words like standards or passion, because they insult us by you know, doing the Roger Ramchek kind of music with sort of wording, i.e. capital letter, little letter. You know, it's embarrassing. You're the ones with the embarrassments. You're the ones confused. You're the ones who want to bastardise our great club. Bayern Munich don't accept second best. That's why they dominate. Invariably, they've been dominating in German football since the 1960s. Before the 1960s, Bayern Munich were a small club, a tiny club. Then they had players like Muller and Beckenbauer, and then from about 1967, they've been one of the teams that dominated German football. They don't have transition periods. They won't tolerate a transition period. But in England, I think it's an English mentality. In England, we have a second best mentality that we don't have in Australia and we don't have in England, in USA, and especially in Germany. We have this, well, it's someone else's turn now. Man United can't dominate for 20 years. No. It's Man City's turn. Liverpool can't dominate like 70s. I'll just get over it. You've had your turn. You lot are spoiled by its success. It's a very English mentality, and I think that exemplifies our fans. It's not an Arsenal fan thing. It's an English thing. English people are scared of success. They're scared of living in a big mansion and having wealth pumping in, because they're scared what people think of them. They're scared to be seen as arrogant. They're scared to be seen as selfish. When deep down, they want all the same things as us, but they don't want it because it makes us look like poor fans and then better fans.
That's exactly what it is. Because the thing is, how can you say you want success at your football club and then constantly peddle out crap about this manager being great when he's done nothing to warrant it? And then as soon as you suggest a manager that has won trophy after trophy after trophy after trophy after trophy, I'd rather have Mikel, mate.
Yeah.
What did he do at this? What did he do for Germany? Yeah, we're not talking about Germany, mate. What did he do at club level? Oh, he won 6 trophies in the season. Yeah, what did Conte do at Spurs? Forget Spurs. Nobody wins at that club. They're shit. Yeah. Right? But he did, however, finish above your manager.
Twice.
Yeah, he did do that in his first season. But we'll forget that. He won the league when they were 10th. He got them from 10th to 1st. Yeah. Then you go, what about Jose? He's washed, mate. He's washed. Yeah, what did he do here? What did he do there? Well, hold on, mate. He's won more European trophies in 2 years than Mikel Arteta ever win in his entire history as a manager. Yeah, let's just be real here. Yeah, Andy got that shitty little club down the road into a cup final, and then they sacked him. Then you go, Ancelotti, what did he do at Everton? What's Everton got to do with anything? What did Mikel do at Everton? What did he win at Everton when he played there?
What did he do at Barcelona B?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it's pathetic, man.
That's something though. If you look at Everton now, he deserves a medal. He got them. He got them within European football. They finished 9th, but they're very close 9th. They did the double over us. One at Anfield. Can you see this Everton side getting near at Europe? Can you see this Everton side doing a double over Arsenal, winning at Anfield? Trust me, he did the best he can do for that club, because any other manager wouldn't have got him 9th. Not that Everton side. So he deserves a medal for that. But people use the Everton thing. Let's not forget, it was only a whisker between us and Spurs and Everton in terms of where you're going to finish. If you could have turned it upside down, and it could have been Everton finishing 7th, Spurs finishing 8th, and us finishing 9th. It was
the only reason we finished above Everton that season because we finished 2 points ahead of him, by the way, right? With this manager. Yeah, we finished 2 points ahead of him. The only reason we did that is I think we won our last 5 games.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's the only reason we finished above them. Listen, well done. We finished 1, but we finished 8th. Yeah, and they're waffling about what Ancelotti did down the road at Everton. Yeah, come on, man. What are we doing here?
You give Mikel Arteta the Everton job and watch what he would do.
They'd be relegated.
Bingo.
They'd be relegated. But this is the thing that makes me laugh. Like they're all treating this guy like Wenger. Like, I got it to a certain degree with Wenger. At least he won stuff at this football club. Yeah, at least he won a lot of this football club. What was it, 10 trophies he won?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, three titles and 7 FA Cups. Like, he got us to finals. He got us to League Cup finals. He got us to Champions League final. Like, he got us to losing FA Cup finals as well, but we were getting 2 finals. Yeah, what's this guy doing? They're treating him like he's Wenger. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And the thing is, you ask any of these people, well, who do you want if he does leave then? They can't answer you. Because they're so set in their head that he ain't going anywhere for the rest of their life. They ain't even contemplated who could be the next manager. And that's why when we come out with, well, what manager? Oh, I love him. They just dismiss it straight away. It's like you're picking on their dad. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, let's hope that he lives forever, mate. Yeah, because the day he goes, this lot can all fuck off with him. I'm telling you, I'm sick to death of it. I've never known a more protected football manager in the world ever.
Lee, I've never seen anything like this before, ever.
With his results as well, with his results. But then again, what's happening right now is that people, there's not enough fans without social media vehicles who actually want the same things as us. The majority of fans are on our side. Don't want nothing to do with social media. They don't have social media. They're old school fans who go to games home and away. You know, they probably get a clip of us, your clip of us, or a clip of AFTV, and they'll probably say, "What's this shit?" And then they'll go to the games. But the problem is that the people who are prominent on the vehicles that we're all involved with, secondary or primary, i.e., with yourselves, because you've got YouTube channels yourself, they're the kind of people that are actually banging a drum. But you and I know they're banging that drum because of the rewards at the end of it. They want gigs. They want gigs with TalkSport. They want gigs with the club. But as you well know, when you have a situation where millions of people want the same thing, your how do I say it? The people you're trying to impress or trying to gain employment with have basically have a long interview process with people who they can use, and they know well that they can get someone else in. For every YouTuber trying to suck up to the club, next year there'll be another YouTuber trying to suck up, and the year before that, and that's the situation. They all know what the situation is. You have to look at that garbage, that monstrosity of what's it? Amazon nonsense that Mikel did, where he said, I'm upset. This is load of shit. When you get the ball, you must run. All that garbage. The YouTube channel that should have been on it, because on the fact that they had 1.5 million subscribers, were left out because of the image of the club. But the club left the door open for them, where they are now involved with the club, although I've heard rumours that they're no longer involved. But the door was left open. If you do this, and that, then we'll let you in. So for a temporary basis, maybe 18 months or 2 years, they were allowed in, but they had to behave themselves. So that's the situation. If you speak out against the manager, you will not be allowed at the table. You'll be just like the guy, the tramp who's waiting for the leftovers or waiting for someone to put 50p in his tin. That's how the club will treat you. That's how Sky would treat you. And that's the situation. But the strong fans who want to say as it is, you don't need Sky. You don't need these guys. They don't pay that anyway. The only reason why YouTubers are on the transfer show, which is probably the worst thing ever, is because you're cheap. Not because you're good. It's because you're cheap. And because lazy producers that are probably my age don't do their research properly. They just get a YouTube channel and say, right, he's got 500,000 subscribers. Let's get him on. And then they'll go on because they just want exposure.
What these channels that you're talking about, right? What are they going to do? When he does go, he's going to go at some stage.
Yep.
Through either he'll be sacked or he will resign. Yeah, I mean, I just this guy in the chat say, fair play. I respect what you're saying, but this guy, Parker Laguna, there are other managers that won nothing, but you all want Arteta out. Yeah, because he's won nothing
at Arsenal.
That is why we want him to go. He's had his time. We were talking about the Everton situation. He had no money. He was given no money to deal with. This manager, if you want to call him a manager, right, has had 680 odd £1 million. So what's he done? He's bought some absolute dross.
That's the thing.
Coming in, he's going to have to get rid of that dross. Yeah. And so it's going to be another process. Really? Is this?
Well, yeah. The club are going to let him have that process because, in simple reason, is that, you know, the buzzwords is he's making us more competitive, and then the original buzzword is look at the state of the club before he got there. As long as there's fans who actually will actually have the audacity to not to put it on their Twitter handles, but actually say it on camera, i.e. through new media, then he can stay here for as long as he wants, because simple reason, that is the club line. The club line is, look where we were before, and they're grateful, Mikel. They're grateful for the fact that, you know, we got close to the top four 2 seasons ago. They're grateful for the fact we're in the league. They're grateful that we spent money on Declan Rice and all these other players. They're grateful that, you know, that for once no one's slagging off Arsenal because they're horrible off the ball. They're excited by the fact that Gary Neville still thinks we can win the league, and Carragher, you know, probably wants us to do
it. We got a manager in, proven, right? In his first season, gets us to a European trophy final. And then he gets binned. Look at what he's doing.
Apparently, Jez, he had us in a relegation battle, which is a complete fabrication in itself. We went anywhere near a relegation battle.
We went on I think it was 19 game winning run.
They weren't pleased when we did that. As soon as we lost against Palace, en route to at home, then the nice came out, and then it was Wolves and Leicester where we lost games. The nice been out, and then it was a case of, well, they expected us to not to get European football, and then what was happening is that the game that could have saved his bacon was the cup final with Chelsea. The minute Chelsea won, they ran away with it in the second half. That was it. His cards were marked, and that was it. That's the thing, because in their eyes, Arsene Wenger would if he had the sort of the jaws of the top four, he would have seen it through. Arsene Wenger would have won the final against Chelsea because these won't play for him. So if you look at, I've been in podcasts with a certain person, I've got a grudging respect for him, but there's another person, you know, a silly little woman who's 3 years older than me, but she's probably got the brain cells of Pollyanna or Little Annie, but she their theme and their buzzwords, Unai Emery lost the dressing room. That's it.
Load of rubbish.
I don't believe that.
That's wrong. No. Unai Emery's lost the dressing room, so he had to go. The reason why we lost the European Cup finals because Unai Emery lost the dressing room. The reason why we lost at Crystal Palace and subsequently lost to Wolves and Leicester that season is because Unai Emery lost the dressing room. Unai didn't lose the dressing room; he just lost at Mesut Ozil. Is Mesut Ozil the dressing room? He's like he is. But that's the buzzword.
As soon as you use that same logic on this lot now, for us bottling the title, well, he's lost the dressing room then. No, he didn't. He didn't. Yeah, well, just because Unai Emery didn't get top four, that same logic can then be applied to this manager for bottling top four the following couple of seasons. Yeah, and then bottling the league 8 points clear. And so, but they was always never going to back that manager, mate. The same as when this manager finally leaves. Yeah, they will not back the next manager. And if the next manager does win something at this football club, they'll say, "Oh, it was the foundations Mikel laid." Yeah, because they're infatuated with this guy. I don't get it.
They're going to be continuously saying each year, "Judge him in May, judge him in May, judge him in May." That's all we heard the last 4 years. Judge him in May. Well, judge him in May. Well, he didn't have this. He didn't have that. Let's give him more time. 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 And it's just like, at what point do you want to get off the hamster wheel?
Yeah.
I mean, because it seems like to me we're repeating the same thing. You literally, people think I'm crazy. You can literally go sit back and watch some of y'all's podcasts from last year, this same time. before we get ready to bottle the title, and you'll see we started saying the same problems with there, same transfer window issues, everything's the same every single year. You can go back. This is why I said I'm going to start embracing this Mikel Arteta record, because I can go all the way back and go just look at a dossier of foolishness from this manager, to where you can see every piece of failure that he has had since he's been here. And this, like, they can keep defending all they want, but I'm just gonna keep taking note and note and note and note, because we are a car in neutral. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere under this manager. And for anybody that keeps defending him, they're complicit in it. They're right there with him. I consider them, as Jess would say, the cancer. It's spreading.
See, this is another one as well. It's not his players. Big up footy chats, man. This is what they come out with all the time. Yeah, big up to you, my bro. Yeah, but he hasn't got all of his players.
Hold on, Lee. He's got
the thing that you need to have all of your own squad.
Lee, he's got 25 of some of the worst transfers that we have ever seen at this football club. Now, I said 25 because Declan Rice is pretty decent. 25 of his transfers, the worst I've ever seen in my life. Everybody keeps talking about this damn financial fair play. I heard that all weekend. The only reason we're in that mess, or it's even being brought up, is because he's bought all of these crap players that we cannot get rid of and nobody wants. I hold him responsible for that. And anytime, like last week, I heard on a podcast where they were hollering about, oh, well, if you name the players, well, those are the worst players that's on the team. Those are the players he bought. That's his doing. That's his doing.
Yeah.
If you think Barcelona or anybody else, anybody in La Liga, Lee, is going to put up with somebody 93% at the top and bottle it and spend $65 million on a German paperweight, and you think that somebody serious is going to look at that and hire this man? Please. Of course he's going to stay here.
You think, let's not forget, he's got a job on recommendation. As long as there's people like Pochettino, Mourinho, like Guardiola, Arsene Wenger, bigging up his coach credentials, he's always going to get work. You know, the sort of things I was hearing from Arsene Wenger about him, Mourinho supported him. I know Pochettino sees him as his little brother, but the one was Pep Guardiola. No, it's not what I taught him. It's what he taught me. He's also going to get work after that. And to be honest, his reputation, there is a reputation. There's a school of thought from a lot of people within the game. Declan Rice, when we beat him in Boxing Day last year, Declan Rice was utilising about his coach and about how they're well drilled and how they got a great coach. He basically was telling us that Arsenal already approached him, that he's agreed to join us. If we had basically got the wool out of our ears, we'd have known that the club were tapping him up before we played them on Boxing Day 2022. Because look what happened. Lo and behold, he became an Arsenal player. That's why, even though Man City made a token gesture, he chose Arsenal because that's the thing. He chose us early on. We've already tapped him up and agreed his wages. But that's the thing. The reputation of this man is one of the reasons why he's staying, because a lot of people, including his fans, i.e. Arteta in, think that he's going to go to Barcelona, he's going to go to all these clubs, PSG, because they will take him on because on reputation and recommendation, that he's going to win something big with these clubs. And then when he wins something big with these clubs, it'll be our fault because we forced him out and that we didn't give him enough time. That's the reason why he's always going to get work.
You say that, Kenny, but when we ask these people, these idiots, and they are idiots, right? When you ask these idiots, well, how long before he can actually win something then? How long before?
It's unlimited. It's unlimited. Hey, Lee, there's a saying in football called a blank check and a blank canvas. He's got both, a blank canvas and a blank check, until he gets it right. They're going to keep. I just want
to read this alarming stat out. Yeah, finals reached since Mikel Arteta has been appointed at Arsenal. This is just Premier League clubs, yeah, including European finals. Chelsea 8 finals, including European ones. Man City 7, Liverpool 5, Man United 3, West Ham, Leicester, Spurs, Newcastle, and Arsenal 1. So why does anyone think that we are going to be on par with Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, and City to get into major finals? When in the same time that he's been here, and he's been the constant all the way through. Because let's be real, Man United have changed their manager. They've changed their manager. Newcastle have changed their manager. Sure. Spurs have changed their manager multiple times. West Ham have still got their manager, but West Ham, Leicester, Spurs, and Newcastle have all made it to the same amount of finals as Arsenal in the time Arteta's been here. One final. Then Man United 3, Liverpool 5, City 7, and Chelsea 8. How does anyone literally sit there and think that this manager is going to take us to the promised land?
That's the thing. I watch podcasts, some that you've been involved with as well, Jez, and obviously you've all been involved with. There's an answer to that. Man United and Liverpool got bigger squads. That's the excuse. You got to remember, if you're that invested in your point,
we're starting way behind Pep.
Then you have to be able to defend your opinion, and you've got to defend. You know how people use the words stats and data. Just as much as we got stats and data, so have they got stats and data. You're not stupid. You can't back a manager blindly. They're not going to come and debate with us and then have nothing to say. The last thing they want is for us to even try and change their minds. But they're going to come with stats and data. Like Dale Square mentioned an ex-player. Again, the ex-player is another reason who is heavily invested in backing his manager. And you know what people are like. Just like people will listen to a policeman because he wears a uniform, or listen to a priest because they think he's holier than thou, football fans listen to an ex-player because they played the game. So anything he says in support of the manager, well, they're going to believe in what he said. He can basically tell you right now, certain fans, that the pitch dimensions of the Emirates is only 100 by 88, and that all penalty spots are 10 yards, and they'll believe him because he's an ex-player. He's more than us. Who are we? We're only fans. But it's him. He's won a medal. He's won FA Cups. He's won European Cups. He's played all over the country. He's been in the dressing room. He knows what a manager would say. He's been on a pitch. He's had high velocity tackles. Of course, he's right. Logic, isn't it?
He's Kenny. The guy you're talking about, and I'm pretty. He does it. He changed his opinion. Right, start of the season. It was if Arteta, the narrative from him, Arteta doesn't win anything, he has to go. Right? Now he's changed his story. He only does it, man, to get cheap gigs. Right? Because he can't get the bigger gig. So he's going to go along with the get along crew, to get on certain shows. And I don't listen to a single word that bloke says. I don't rate him. I never rated him at Arsenal. Sorry. He was not a legend to me. Yeah, he won a medal. Well done. Fantastic. Yeah. There's a lot of better players that could go out and actually go on shows that actually were proper legends of the club. Fact.
But he's doing the club a great service. He's not a man of petite. He's not a man of petite. People like him, David Hillier,
Stuart Robson.
There's another one. They're people who are club ambassadors, and they want to back the process. At the end of the day, the best way to back the process is basically go for the players. They've played, we haven't. There is a career after for a lot of players.
David Hillier.
I don't know. Well, I'm sure he's been seen at match day, but when you retire, these are 3 jobs that you're going to do if you want to stay within the game. You're either going to be a manager, or a coach within a coaching setup, an academy coach, a pundit, or a club ambassador. All of them are paid. All of them are paid. Some relatively well paid, but if you're in all of those sort of vicinities, if you're a club ambassador, you're Arsenal 24/7. No matter what you think, and no matter how disappointed you are, you're Arsenal 24/7 because you're paid to be. If you're a pundit, only a pork chop will say as it is. The only pundit is allowed to say as it is Roy Keane. Roy Keane is not required for his an analysation of matches. You know, should the player should have been in this zone or should they use tactics? He's basically there to say as it is, like words like it's his job. It's a job. You got to get there. That's what you're paying for. Roy Keane to say as it is. Got Micah Richards in there to give us all that. He's like a young Ian Wright. He's there to basically make us feel good about himself because he loves being there. He's got that beautiful laugh. That's it. People were there for a reason. Jamie Redknapp is there because he looks good. He wouldn't. You know, the fact he's played the game does help. And obviously you've got Karen Carney, and we now got women pundits. Obviously, I'm not Joey Barton. That's his domain. He does it better than me. You know, I don't want to be part of that. I want to be cancelled, so I'm not saying nothing. But everyone has that has their uses. You know, you've got to remember this isn't the days of Alan Hansen and Andy Gray, who are brilliant pundits. You know, you remember this punditry has been watered down. Gary Neville and I know probably Jamie Carragher, you know, say it, but Gary, football's a working class game, so you might as well get two working class guys, and you wouldn't get more working class than a Scouser and a Manc. You get an accent, that qualifies as working class, even though those guys are worth millions upon millions, and the short one is on Dragon's Den. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that's the thing. It's all about perceptions and what thing.
But Neville's on Dragon's Den.
I'm afraid so.
What, he's one of the dragons?
Yeah,
I'm afraid so.
Do me a favour. That program's in the big now. Then, oh my days, he's one of the dragons on Dragon's Den.
I'm afraid so.
Oh my god!
I watched the show the other week, right? And it was such a setup, right? You've got proper business people on there, right? Who run £1 million, still do £1 million businesses, and this one punt from this one fella, right, was to do something. It was bit of a sort of green society type of situation, and a couple of people dropped out. Deborah, whatever her name is, she dropped out, and then in comes him. Yeah, I like what you're saying, and you know, Peter Jones had said, "Well, I'll offer you."
He's all right. I like him. Is Theo still on there?
Yeah, yeah, he's still there. And so at the end of the day, Peter Jones said, "I'll offer you this, and I want this amount percentage of your business, right?" And then in comes the other guy. I can't think of his name, but he's on. He's a proper businessman, right? Neville says, "Well, look, I think we could do this. If we can get the support of Peter and this guy, and I'll offer this, and I'll give you this money, and all of us take a third, or offer a third of the money. So you've got your money, and this, that, and the other." And I thought, what kind of business deal is that? I mean,
mate, he's a clown. I can't believe he's on there, mate. Is Valentine still on there? He's cakes. He is. He's absolutely.
No, he went years ago. He never offered any money to anyone. That type.
That's why he's caked.
he never helped anyone.
Now Peter Jones is the real one on there, man. He's proper. He's classy. Is
you like reggae sauce, did you?
Yeah, come on, man. It was funny because when that sales pitch, when he went in there and he started playing the guitar and that, mate, absolutely smashed it with that sales pitch. Yeah, they were just all sat there like, oh my god, that's amazing. Yeah, he's smashing it as well now. But fucking Gary Neville on Dragon's Den. What is going on here, man? It's gone. The world's gone for pop.
Gary Neville be running the football. I mean, he all he has to do is ask, and all they do is ask him. He'll say yes. He thinks he runs football.
£1 million business has Gary Neville ever won? None. He's a millionaire. Fair play, right? Involved in football, I get it. But he's not a bloody businessman. And yet he's sitting there with Peter Jones, who's a multi-billionaire, owns one of the biggest communication companies. Deborah Meaden, right? Multi-billionaire. or multi-millionaire, may I say, right? Knows business inside and out. Done it since she was 21, I believe. Made her first million by the time she was 25. Don't know how old she is now, no idea, but she knows business. You've got all the other guys on there who've run businesses. They own lots of businesses. They know about it. And you've got this clown sitting there. I'm thinking, this is fixed. It's fixed. Because if I was on there, I'd be looking and thinking at this guy, why would I want you to advise me in business? I don't think so. If I'm on there advertising, I've got a football team, blah, 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 we need this, we need that, and I need, fair play. I'd listen to him because he knows football. I'll give him that one, right? If I want to develop a multi-million-pound business eventually, then I'd listen to Peter Jones.
Yeah, he's run about 20 of them.
You know what I mean? You can't make it up.
No, it's crazy.
I can't watch it anymore. I love that program. I can't watch it no more.
No, I used to watch it all the time. It used to be decent, man. It used to be very decent. Anyway, let's get back onto football.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Smash these likes up, guys. No, it was a good run, mate. Good run. 945 people in here, not even 400 likes. Make sure you sub to all the guys. The links are in the chat. And I tell you,
if we say we back the process, we might get 900 likes because I think that's the way to success in podcast.
Well, it is. So listen, maybe we can tap Peter Jones up, mate. Maybe he can invest in the business. I've just googled how much he's worth. He's worth $500 million.
Yeah.
£500 million. Yeah, and Gary Neville is sat next to him.
If you say you want to,
Gary does run a hotel in Manchester, I think.
Wow,
yeah, with his chumps. Whoopee.
if you want to say Arteta in, Peter Haywood might give you $1 billion.
Oh dear. Right, listen, this is the super positive Arsenal channel. You have found it. I know there's not many out there, but you have stumbled across one. Let me come to you first, Matty. We've got a game tomorrow. Nottingham Forest. You confident? Obviously, no Thomas Partey.
Will we win? Probably. Am I confident? No. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Lee, I feel like it's going to be like this the next several games. It's going to be win here, draw there, lose there, win, draw, lose, win, draw. I just feel like it's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, because that's been our form all year. And anyone who thinks that we're crazy, just go back and look at the track record. I mean, we have literally watched this team. They demolish teams like Palace. We overinflate that. Oh, man, we're back. We're challenging, Then tomorrow, wouldn't be surprised if we get a loss or a draw. I think we'll win. I think we'll nick it late. It's going to be a rough game. Won't be easy. And then we'll be, oh, yeah, we're back. We're really in it now. We're really in it now. And then when we get to Liverpool, we get our pants pulled down and embarrassed again. And then you'll start seeing people flip-flopping when we've been telling people all year, we've been skating by these games. We're struggling. I'm going to be sitting here. I'm going to tell you what I am going to look for tomorrow is I want to see this lineup tomorrow. I want to see what this lineup is going to look like tomorrow. Because since they said Thomas Partey, because they were talking Thomas Partey, he's back. They were even showing clips of him at training. He's back. Look, then Fabio, he's back. They were showing all this. And then tomorrow we're going to see the same old lineup. I got a feeling we're going to see the same old lineup that we've seen the last several weeks. Kai Havertz, you might get the politician might be back. Is he still out? Politician still out?
No, he's back.
He'll be playing tomorrow. So he'll definitely be playing tomorrow. And you'll get the same old. But as far as being positive, I'm not gonna be positive, man. I think we might scrape by. And if we lost tomorrow, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. Because teams that we should be beating, Lee, we lose. We lose against some Fulhams. We scuffle against Luton. It's the same way. We're the same way United fans were this past weekend against that. Who was that they played? What was the name of that team? The team that United played this past weekend, and they were going. Oh yeah, man, the mighty Newport. That just shows you how far we've all fallen, man. So don't be surprised if we lose tomorrow, but I think we'll win. I think we'll win 2-1.
What about you, Kenny?
I think it's going to be an hard game because I think I'd rather play Nottingham Forest under the dying embers of Cooper's reign. Now they've got Espirito Santo. There's more organisation. They're going to be missing. The thing is that Wood has taken over from Iwami and he can't stop scoring, and especially from set pieces. And then obviously you've got they're missing Ola Aina because he's with Nigeria, so that's probably a bit of a miss. And I think Kiata is he no, okay, he don't play for them anyway. But Aurier's with Côte d'Ivoire. Still don't know how Côte d'Ivoire managed to organise it so they can still be in a tournament. They should be out and watching the tournament. I mean, what a corrupt system that Côte d'Ivoire loses 2 games and they're still in the tournament. Come on, Senegal, beat Côte d'Ivoire. But yeah, so they're missing a few players. But what's the thing is that the players that are going to worry me, obviously, I think Hudson-Odoi is coming a bit of form. Obviously, Morgan Gibbs-White is like a tiger. He's gonna boil a lot of our players' piss because he's going to be at it. Because every time he plays a big club, all of a sudden his game just elevates. And we've got to watch the pace of who's the guy play for Man United?
Langa.
Langa, yeah. So we've got to watch Langa's pace. I think that he's going to play. Womley, oh shit, he's back. Oh, sorry, Jack, for swearing there, but yeah, Womley back. He scores whenever he plays, and Wood's playing, so they got him to cover the bench or Wood to cover the bench. And obviously, it's going to be a really, really hard game. I just hope Matt Turner's kicking doesn't improve. But Declan Rice pulled up against Crystal Palace game. I don't know what the situation is, whether he's fit or not. If he's not fit, then we're going to go. Our midfield's going to be very interesting because we've got no Thomas Partey. The midfield's going to be Kai Havertz, Jorginho, and obviously Odegaard. So I think in terms of playing that, I think Martinelli probably gets himself in the starting lineup because of his pace on the counter-attack. This is where we're going to probably try and win the game as a counter-attack. So we're going to rely on Jorginho to control and kind of control the midfield, control possession, and then lend it accurately to some of our players. But that's the best way to win. If we try to take the game, not the Forest, don't even think about it because they'll do us in the counter-attack. We've got to let Forest take the game to us, and then on the counter-attack, that's where we're going to have to be at our best. Saka's got to be at his best. Martinelli's got to stretch him. And for God's sake, Jesus, is he fit or was he injured?
I've just looked on the press conference. He said, I've got some late decisions to make. Thomas won't be one of those, but we have a few.
Okay.
He then said Declan Rice is one of the players, and so is Gabriel. They're one of the two players that he's going to be doing late fitness checks with.
Gabriel defender.
Just said Gabriel. I'm assuming that's
what's going to happen. He ain't going to play Eddie. He's going to play Kai Havertz in that kind of hold the ball up kind of way and flick-ons kind of way, because I think that's probably the best way to go so players can run off him. Because Eddie and Ketia, you can give so many players so many chances and they just don't take them. So, I think that's going to be our lineup. So we're going to probably need another body in midfield and probably going to be Trossard in the midfield as well, alongside Jorginho and thing, because I do think that Kai Havertz is probably going to be our best bet without Jesus.
Yeah, big up to our Tiger Claws. I'm a Barca fan. Do you think we could get Klopp? Not for me, mate. I don't think so. Bayern or Real Madrid, I'd reckon. I don't think he'd go Barca. And he's going to have a year off anyway. So that'd be perfect for Real Madrid because Ancelotti would be into his final year. So could be perfect. I don't know. Big up for the super chat, mate. Big up to D-Boy as well. I'm listening to Right Again or Laura Woods is saying they was both at Anfield yesterday. Somebody said he's a closet Liverpool fan. He said, you're probably right.
He did say that. He did say that. Yes.
Oh dear.
Wow.
He did say that. I watched it.
Wow. I thought
as a kid, he supported Liverpool, Millwall, and West Ham. I mean, again, I think he's probably more confused than Scooby-Doo. But then again, you know what the situation is like with certain people. They can be what you want to be, Everyone's man for all season. I mean, come on, one of the biggest man for all seasons is Declan English. Kiss, I won't let that go. But if Declan English went to Man City, he'd be probably like sucking up to the Manx as well. But that's the way people are. You know, everyone's got their price, haven't they?
Yeah, facts. Big up to Darryl as well. Arsenal manage money worse than the NHS. Signing 6 goalkeepers. And you lot had a cup winning and future World Cup winning goalkeeper. Exactly. Yeah. Aston Villa have got our best goalkeeper, mate. And Real Sociedad have our best left back. Funny whole game. You know,
all the Arteta fans have there's one person they hate more than anyone else, and it isn't the manager. It's Martinez itself. They bloody loathe him. The amount of slagging offs they give the guy because he had the temerity, 1, to want to leave, and then 2, be successful, albeit international level, and be considered one of the top goalkeepers in the Premiership, and he doesn't happen to play for us. They bloody really hate him. They hate him with passion.
Yeah, they don't like people with strong personalities, mate. Nope. That are successful. Yeah, which is why they're happy to keep Mikel Arteta there.
yeah. Fact.
But what do you make of the game tomorrow, Jez? Before we wrap up, mate.
Well, I'm hoping for I'm going 2-1, but I can easily see Forest beating us. Facts, guys, facts. I did a show last night. I'll give you some facts about Forest and Arsenal. Right, first game we played them 1904 at the Manor Ground, the old Arsenal ground. We lost 3-0. We've played 40 league games at the City Ground, and we've lost 18 of them. Right.
Wow.
In total, in all competitions, Forest have won 47, Arsenal 50. The last time we beat Nottingham Forest in the league, bearing in mind, they were out of the Premier League for a lot of years, 23 years, I think, right? The last time we won, there was 1-0. Doesn't look good, does it? It's not a great record.
It's not a great record at all.
Wow. That's a damning record, that boy.
Was it a time when Ron Atkinson went into the wrong dugout?
I don't know.
I think it could be that we went to the wrong dugout, but yeah, I think what it is that Forest are definitely going to be up for it. It's probably going to be one of our hardest away games,
Kenny,
in terms of constant pressure.
You know, the first game, Lee, you remember that? Because Norwich is our first game this year, right?
Nottingham Forest was first game.
So when we played them, do you remember when the young man had got the ball? He couldn't score. It was wide open. He couldn't score. And we would have drew that game. That would have been the start of the season. If we would have drew that game had he been able to score. So yeah, this game is definitely going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Facts. Yeah, man. It's not going to be an easy game at all. That's for sure.
I'm looking forward to it because I think this is kind. I don't know. Like I said, I want to see us. I think I want to see goals. But I really think, you know what? These are the kind of Tuesday night games that you've got to win. A cold Tuesday night in Nottingham. That's another part of our to prove our title credentials. You know, cold night Tuesday night in Stoke. Well, Nottingham Forest play better football than Stoke. They've got better players than Stoke, but it's going to be so hard. And they've got a new manager they want to impress because at the end of the day, his in tray is simple: stay up.
Yeah. Pretty standard. Has Arteta ever beaten them at the City Ground?
Nope.
No, not at all.
There you go.
Wenger. Remember when we played them in the League Cup in 16-17 when Xhaka scored that worldie from about 35 yards? We haven't beaten them since then at their ground.
Yeah, the FA Cup. Me and Claude were there when we lost 4-2. Yeah, I think we lost after. Yeah, we lost after that semi in the cup under Arteta, 1-0.
Hey, do you remember Danny? Remember Danny Bailey when he on the fan cam? He said such words to the king. That's probably the only time he's glad he was blind.
Yeah.
Remember when he said
that? Yeah, that was funny, man. Yeah. Big up to Danny, man. Jez, what you got coming up, man?
Well, tonight at 8 o'clock, I'm going on a channel on young Connor, CMO Sports, and I'm going to be debating with an Arteta guy, Stefan. I've schooled him before on another channel, a Tottenham channel actually, and I'm going to school him again because anybody come and watch that, it's going to be on fire. That is for sure. I think Connor's going to try and be the referee. Fair play to him, be up. And then tomorrow night I'm on with the long-haired Yeti, who's trolling me in the chat. I haven't given up hope, mate. Don't even think that. To do a watch along, Nottingham Forest Arsenal, and then Wednesday night is the weekly chat with Kenny Ken and other people. If I get other people on, so we can talk about what happens at the game tomorrow night, and all good from there, man.
Now, make sure you sub to JEZ'S. His links in the description, guys. Matty, what you got coming up, mate?
Me and you will be watching the game tomorrow. Me, you, and brother Ola will be watching this game tomorrow, and we'll be dropping the facts as usual. And then I'm gonna try to get something going this week, man. My work schedule's been crazy the last week. I was supposed to do something last week and ended up having to work, so my schedule's a little all over the place. But I will definitely be around tomorrow and on Sunday for the big game. We got some big games coming up, y'all. We got some massive games coming up.
We have. Make sure you sub to Matty as well. Link in description. And Ken Instagram is there as well. What about you, mate?
Or I've probably got not much football to watch, so I'm probably going to watch a program called Silent Witness, where I'm probably going to see dead bodies, and then hopefully Hopefully I'll see a win tomorrow. So I'm really excited by that. And obviously, I'm with JEZ'S on Wednesday. Obviously, you know exactly where I'm going to be at 4:30 this Sunday. I'm going to be wrapped up in the cold, praying that that our title credentials are intact and we beat Liverpool. Because at the end of the day, if any player that is involved in that kind of game, if you're not up for Liverpool at home, then you shouldn't be playing football. This is Liverpool at home. They've got their best team. They want to play for Jurgen Klopp. Do you really want Jurgen Klopp to go to your away fans and start giving the free punch salute at your own ground? Don't have it, boys. Come on, man. We're the Arsenal.
Exactly. We are going to. That's me done for the day. I'm not doing a watch along today. I'm going to chill out, and I will be back with rants maybe a little bit earlier tomorrow because I do have an optician appointment tomorrow. Because I'm pretty much like Danny Bailey right now. Literally can't see anything. Yeah, and my ears are killing me every time I do a stream, mate. I've got banging earache every time.
With the glasses soon, Lee. Get ready, man.
Yeah, man. I'm going to try and get some of them ones that turn into sunglasses at the same time. I'm going to see what they do.
Oh, they're easy to get. Always remember, get bifocals, mate. It's a little lid to your eyes where you get the best sight.
Yeah, I'm going to get my test done tomorrow. See what they say, but I know this eye's fucked completely. I can barely see out of it. But we are going to go on, mate.
Make sure they're full pair of glasses, mate.
How long does it take to get a pair of glasses after they do the test, and realise what's wrong?
There and then.
But they can make them up there and then.
Yeah,
you go to opticians, they do a test, you get the glasses.
Yeah,
I thought you had to wait. I thought they send them off to a lab and all of that.
This ain't America. Hey, this ain't America.
Oh no, but this is Spain, bro, and everything's manana.
It still ain't America.
I've got these.
I don't expect
we've got next day.
Next day. No, it's an English one around the corner from me. Nice old boy, Stuart. His name is. So yeah, I'm going to go and see him tomorrow, and that's what 4:30 my time.
And these dim in the sunlight. Not that we're getting much sunlight at the moment, be fair, but my eyes got worse. I think I got these 3 months back now, just before Christmas. When I went down there, and I had a weak left eye anyway from when I was a kid, but got worse, and I've got these. So these are driving, reading, whatever, So it's all cool, man.
No, happy days. We are going to redirect to Just Joe, Leeds United channel. So go and show Joe some love. He's a good lad, he is. So we're going to redirect there. He's live now. Spam his chat with Lee Gunner Raid. And I'll be back again tomorrow with rants, probably slightly earlier, maybe half an hour earlier, so about 2 p.m. UK time. But I'll keep you posted. But yeah, I'm going to chill for the rest.
Exactly. Man United beat the mighty Newport.
Oh, he was fuming, mate. He was fuming.
Don't go there, mate. That's my second team, that is.
We're out of here, guys. See you later. Arteta out.
Arteta out.
Always.